everyone. This is Nicholas Rutkowski with REMAX in Motion in Ithaca, New York. And I'm just going to do a quick video today on one of my favorite subjects in real estate, investing. A little bit about me. I'm 25 years old. I started real estate a few years back with the intentions to get into investment properties. I figured out at a young age that real estate investing is probably one of the most powerful vehicles to wealth building. I have a younger brother who is a financial planner. He would say stocks are the best, but I personally believe, and this is coming from sibling rivalry, that real estate is a more tangible asset. You can get more out of real estate. There's many ways to make money in a house, let alone. And I believe that is definitely the way to go. So I have two strategies that I like to talk about. They're two beginner strategies I would say that most starter investors get into to get their feet wet into real estate. Those two strategies is called fix and flipping, which you're probably most familiar with, and buy and hold, which is probably a little bit less common, I would say, for the masses. So I'm just going to touch real quick on fix and flips. It's pretty self-explanatory. You buy a property, you fix it up, and you turn it for profit. There's many ways that you can do this. Most commonly would be buying a, as they would say, ugly house or a broken house, and then fixing it, and then hiring a real estate agent to market the property to then get you the highest profit that you can. This happens often. I see it in Ithaca, especially when there's a housing market that is showing great signs of price growth. So, where would you like to do this? I would say you would want to find a good neighborhood, and you want to find an ugly house in that good neighborhood. Why do I say that? Because you want to try to find an area where the demand can be met. So let's just say, gosh, I guess, in a city, in a growing city like North Carolina, I hear is where a huge expansion of growth. That would be a good place to go into those suburbs and try to find a property where you can do a fix and flip. Or say down here in Ithaca, New York, where the housing market is very tight, you find a house that's broken down, fix it up in a good neighborhood, and again, you can do a fix and flip. So a good tip with that is that you want to hire an agent that is very good at selling homes. And the reason for that being is that you can make more money with a real estate agent than you would if you're trying to sell it for sale by owner. And you'll also save the time too. So, and I'm not saying that just to be biased because I'm a real estate agent. I'm saying that because you want a marketing expert to get you the most amount of money, especially when you're doing flips where the price of the property is going to be your determinant if you make a lot of money or if you don't make a lot of money. So, moving on to the next strategy. This is more of my kind of strategy. I love this strategy. It's, as I said, it's very uncommon, but I feel like it's a very underestimated technique. And I think it's a very good way to build money, and that's the buy and hold method. So now, picture doing a fix and flip, but instead of selling the property at the end, you hang on to the property. And you might ask, why would somebody want to do something like that? And there is plenty of reasons why somebody would want to hang on to a property, but one of the main reasons why people hang on to buy and hold properties is because you can make more money in the long run. What do I mean by that? Well, when you fix a property, when you buy a property, you fix the property, you can now have the chance to put in a tenant. And if you don't mind putting in a little bit of, extra maintenance and a little bit of extra legwork, you can start charging people monthly to live in your apartment or your house or wherever you buy a property. So my thought process is when I go behind a buy and hold is I'm looking for what's it going to be, how much money is it going to give me 15 years down the road? How much money is it going to give me 30 years down the road? How much money is it going to give me 2 years down the road? Is it going to make me money in 2 years? Is it going to make me money in 5 years? These are all the questions you need to think about when you want to purchase a buy and hold property. Now, one of the things I do not suggest when you're purchasing a buy and hold is purchasing a single family buy and hold. Now, I know a lot of people are probably going to be like, whoa, why wouldn't you do that? Why is that such a bad thing? It's not a bad thing. It's just something that I don't personally do. And the reason is because I like properties with multiple streams of income. And what does that mean? That means I'm looking for properties with more than 2 units. So if you're looking at a property and you see 3 doors, there's a good possibility that there's 3 units. And the reason why I choose multi-units and not single-family houses is because if I have a single-family house over here and I have a multi-unit, and say I have one renter over here renting out my multi-unit, but I don't have a renter over here, my multi-unit is now producing money, where my single-family house, I'm paying for it. And it's going to really hurt you if you can't find a renter. Whereas if you have more than 1 unit, you have more of an opportunity to make money off of that house. So you see, I wouldn't even say it's quality versus quantity, because that's not even the case. It's just really multiple streams versus a single stream. So, but please, do not let that stop you though. If you're in a high appreciating area like California, Washington, I would say even the Carolinas right now are looking pretty hot, Florida, you know, you might want to buy a single family home, because on top of the monthly income you would make off a tenant, you can also make good appreciation. But if you live in somewhere like Syracuse, New York, where you have a stable market, and I mean it's like a flat line for decades with a little bit of gradual increase in price, then maybe single family houses aren't a good idea. But that's up to you and how you want to decide it, but that's just my opinion. So what it all comes down to in the end of the day is really just your investment strategy and what you want to do. Both investment strategies are fantastic ideas. It's just, where do you see your time, where do you see your efforts, and where do you see yourself making money? And don't be afraid if you're young, or don't be afraid if you're old. Don't be afraid at all. Just go for it. Because it's going to be more scary if you never know what happens if you never go for it than if you just dive head first. So just do it. You can do it. I did it. I'm 25 years old. There is no excuse for anybody anymore. We live in 2018 where anything can happen, especially if you want to start building wealth. So I hope these videos are helpful. I hope this was a little bit more enlightening. I know I didn't really get into too deep into details about these strategies. I didn't really want to do that just because I wanted to really scratch the surface to see if you guys would be interested in knowing more. So I guess that's really it for now. Comment below, let me know if this was helpful or if this was just a waste of your time. And yeah, I love feedback. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. Stay tuned for my next video. I want to do weekly videos on real estate subjects, so that way I can help you guys, you know, build wealth for your future. So real estate investing is awesome. Real estate is awesome. And if you're thinking about it, or if you're on the fence, you know, give me a call and I'll convince you. Okay? Well, thank you so much. Again, for those of you who do not know me, I am Nick Rutkowski. I am a sales agent with REMAX in Motion. And if you're looking for an investment property, please don't hesitate to call someone with experience, because I'll make sure that you get what you want, when you want it, and get you a nice cash flowing property, so that way you can start making money today. Thank you, and have a good one.